Okay, everyone, let's start on our backs. Begin to settle into your mat, settle into the ground beneath you. Start establishing your breathing. Focus on the rise and fall of your belly. Take in all of the noises around you. Invite them in. Deep inhale into your belly, into your chest. Hold at the top. Open your mouth, exhale. Inhale into your belly, into your chest. Pause. Exhale, release. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Keep the breath going as we equalize the inhale and the exhale, called Samavriti. Take a couple more rounds of these equalized breaths. And then go back to your regular normal breathing. This time we will practice what's called box breathing. So we take a 4-part inhale, a 4-part pause, and a 4-part exhale, and a 4-part pause. So all of it is the same length. And you can imagine like a box, you're making a box with the breath. So inhale one side, pause one side, exhale one side, pause the other. So that kind of helps me. So let's fully exhale. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Exhale. Two more cycles of breathing. And when you're done, just go back to your normal natural breath. All right, so let's begin to set our intention for our practice. Now that we have really anchored into our breath, into this moment, what is it that you want more of in your life? Place that intention into your mind's eye, your third eye, that is right in between your eyebrows. And on your next exhale, let it go. Now begin to cultivate your ujjayi breathing, slightly constricting the back of the throat to create a soft whisper sound. This breath goes with you throughout the whole class to keep you centered and anchored. We'll begin by wiggling our fingers and toes. Bring your knees into your chest and sway side to side. Working with the breath, so your sway is slow and easy. You press your pelvis down into your mat. And as you rock side to side, you check in with your body and get a baseline for how it's feeling. Bring both knees back to center. And now circle your knees in one direction. Press your pelvis down. And again, move with your breath. So your knees are being guided by your hands. It's a passive action here because the knees are guiding it. I'm sorry, the hands are guiding the knees. Come back to center, take the circle in the opposite direction. Two more circles. Knees press into your chest. Place the left foot on the mat. Keep the knee bent. Right knee goes into your chest or more on the outside of the right side body. And then rock your knee from side to side. Now you get to feel your right groin, your right hip flexor a little bit more here in this action. Take your leg up to the sky, to the ceiling, interlace behind your leg. And now flex through the right foot. So draw the heel up. And gently, with each breath, draw your right knee towards your chest. Turn your foot from side to side and now start to make a circle with your ankle. Take it to the opposite direction. Bring the foot back to center, reach the heel up. Slightly draw your right leg towards your chest. Place the left hand on your left hip. Glide the right leg out. Use the right elbow as a kickstand to support your right leg. While we're here, notice how your hips are squared and level. Notice how the left hip is still grounded just as much as the right hip. Keep reaching the heel up Take your inhale, bring your leg back to center. Use your left hand and guide your leg to your left. Keep the right hip rooted. Keep the left hip rooted. The right leg is slanted just a little bit. It doesn't need to go all the way. We want both hips to stay anchored. Use the left hand on the side, the inside of the right leg to support it. Good. And then let's let the right leg fall over to the left, come into a twist, reach your right arm out. Relax the bottom hip. Turn your gaze to your right. Try center, try left gaze. Take your leg back to center. Bend your knee, place the foot on the mat. Both knees are bent. Left leg stretches up, interlace underneath the thigh. Actually, I think we had the knee bent first. So bring the knee towards the chest and then also drive it out to the left side body. Press it in and then wiggle it side to side. Feeling the left groin. And now bring it back to center. Leg straight. Reach the heel up, interlace behind the thigh. And then wiggle the ankle side to side and then begin to take it into a circle. And we'll go the opposite direction. Bring it back to center. Flex your left foot. Gently draw your left leg towards your chest with each exhale. Right hand rests on top of the right hip. Glide your left leg out. Use the left elbow as a kickstand. So your left hand is supporting the outside of the left leg. Keeping the right hip grounded. Finding your breath. And then inhale, come back to center. Use the right hand to guide your left leg over some, but still keep both hips grounded. Now this time your right hand goes on the inside of the left leg. And remember, it doesn't need to go far. Keep flexing through your foot. Now we're gonna release it and come into a twist. Stretch your arms out. And you'll notice that one side is a little different than the other. Maybe you need to rest your right hand on top of your left thigh just to keep it anchored. Now find your gaze to your left or center or to your right. And then on your next exhale, come back to center. Place your left foot down. Taking your feet out as wide as your hip. Directing the toes forward. Check down to see your feet if they are aligned with your hips. All right, let's press the feet down vigorously and inhale, lift the hips up. Walk your shoulder blades underneath you, interlace your hands. Widen out through the collarbones. Press your feet down. Full breaths here. So press your feet down and then isometrically drag your heels towards your shoulders to turn on the backs of the legs. The legs are working a lot in this pose. Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Breathing smooth and release the hips down. Good. All right. Anchor your feet down. Lift your hips up. Interlace underneath you, but opposite thumb is on top. Roll your shoulder heads back. So shoulder blades press into your chest to make space in your heart. Press your hands down as your hips lift and your chest lifts. Drag your heels towards your shoulders. Strong pose, use your breath. And exhale, release your hips down. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat and windshield wipe your knees side to side. Move your hands so the knees and thighs can lower all the way. And bring your knees to center. Start to rock side to side. And now rock forward and back. Getting a nice full back massage until you come up to seated. Slide your feet, your legs back, come into all fours. Position your shoulders directly above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Brace your core, inhale, look forward, cow pose. Exhale, chin to chest, cat. Inhale, broaden out through the collarbone. Exhale, push the navel into the spine. Keep going. Connecting your breath and your movement. Finding your own unique movements here. Two more rounds. And then exhale, shift your hips back to child's pose. Come onto your fingertips. Pretend like there's cupcakes underneath your palms. Keep your forehead on your mat. Breathe. 4 cycles of breath here. Keep your right hand planted. Slide the left arm underneath the right. Forehead back onto your mat. Four cycles here. Right hand presses. Slide the left arm out, reach it forward. Now slide the right arm underneath the left. Forehead back down on the mat. You have the option to keep your left fingertips. Well, place the left fingertips on the mat or plant the left palm. It's whatever you want to do. Push down through the left palm, reach your right arm forward, and then press up to all fours. Connect with your core here. Take your right leg, stretch it back, and flex through your foot. Square out the hips, keep them level. Push down through both palms and inhale, reach your left arm forward. Right palm is anchored, left knee is anchored, and the top of the left foot is also anchored. And then return the left hand, right knee back down. Brace your core, left leg stretches back. Both hips are level. And then next inhale, reach the right arm forward. So watch the frontal hip bones. Don't let them flail out forward. Keep them contained. Press down through the top of the right foot as you reach out through the right fingertip. And then right hand down, left knee lower. Take an inhale, cat pose. Cow. Look forward. Exhale, cow. Push the spine up. Inhale back to all fours. Right leg stretches, corset the ribs. Inhale, left arm forward. Now we'll try something very, very slow and controlled. We're gonna bring the elbow in towards the center of the body. Knee goes to elbow. We're gonna round our spine. Press the spine up. Inhale, stretch, straighten. And then exhale, knee to elbow, round. Inhale, stretch. One more. Exhale, round. Inhale, stretch. And then lower hand, lower knee. Good job. Other side, connect with your core. Lift your left leg back. Square out the hips. Press down through both hands. This time, inhale, reach the right arm forward. Find your stability, find your balance. Exhale, round your spine, elbow to knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, round. Inhale, straighten. One more, you guys are doing really good. Exhale, straight, or round. Sorry. Inhale, straighten. Keep going. Lower the hand, lower knee, and sit back, child's pose. Great job. Press down through the hands. Lift your hips up, curl your toes under, and shift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Press down through the hands as your hips reach back. And then walk your dog. Bend one knee, bend the other. Yes, good. Lift your heels up a lot. And then shift them over to the right. And look underneath your left armpit. Shift them over to the right and down. Look underneath the left armpit. Keep pressing the hips back and then reach the heels up, center, over to the left and down. Look underneath your right armpit. Come back to center, both heels up, and then allow them to grow very, very heavy. Keep your ears in line with your inner arms and draw your shoulder heads back and away from your neck. Walk your feet to your hands, forward fold. Release the crown of your head all the way down. Slightly bend your knees or bend your knees a lot so that your chest rests on your thighs, just depending on how much rounding you have in your back. If you have a lot of rounding, then you want to bend your knees a lot. Grab onto opposite elbows and sway your body side to side. So all of this work is coming from your thighs, leading your torso side to side in one direction. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Release the arms, let them hang. Slowly press down through your feet, rise up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Head comes up last. Roll the shoulders up and down. Keep going. Fully breathing. And then take the roll to the opposite direction. Good. Come into your Tadasana. Press your feet down. Stabilize the hips. Reach the arms out to the side. Active fingers. See that your hands are right beside your hips, not too far back or too far forward. And then create space between your arm and your armpit and your side body. Allow your eyelids to close and feel this Tadasana. Feel all the work that you are putting into this pose, this strong mountain pose. Press your feet down, reach your arms up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Fingertips to your calves, lift your chest. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands down, step your right foot back. Scissor your thighs, lower your back knee, flatten out the toes. Keep the thighs scissoring, contain your core, reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana. Square out the hip so that your left hip isn't too far forward. So make sure they're both even. And slide your right knee back a little bit. And make sure that your front knee is directly tracking your ankle. Full breath here. Cecilia, can you move your left foot back? Yeah. 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 Now hinge forward. Yes. There you go. Keep the core in. Nice. Right hand reaches down, left arm up. Steer your left hip back. Breathe. Left hand lowers down onto your mat. Pause. Walk or heel toe your left foot out. Place your left hand down. And now lift your left foot on the outside of the left foot. Left hand on the inner thigh. Continue to connect with your core. We're going to be here for 2 more cycles of breath. Nice. Left hand comes back down, left foot down. Curl the back toes. Step back plank. Shift back downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Round the spine, knee to nose. Step the foot next to your right thumb. Pause. Low lunge. Scissor your thighs. Back knee comes down. Uncurl the toes. Charge up the feet or charge up the thighs. Reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana. Other side. Be sure that your right knee stacks your right ankle. Continue to scissor the thigh. Continue to reach up. Good. 1 cycle of breath. Inhale. Lower the left hand down. Reach the right arm up. This time, the right hip steers back. Three cycles of breath. Exhale, right hand on the mat, and then heel toe the right foot out. Roll onto the outside of the right foot, lifting the inner foot off the mat. And then you can place your right hand on your inner thigh. Noticing the left elbow, we don't want to hyperextend it. So micro bend the left elbow. 1 more breath. Right hand onto the mat. Right foot steps onto the mat. Curl the back toes, charge up the back leg, and step forward. Fingertip to calves, lengthen your spine. Crown of the head reaches forward. Pause and breathe here. More of the weight into your toes, hips above your heels, above your ankles. Keep the breath. Notice that you have to engage your thighs and your whole leg, and exhale, fold. Push your feet down, circle your arms up, come all the way up, stand. Palms come down to heart center and back down to Tadasana. Circle your arms up. Hinge from the hips, Uttanasana. Fingertips slide up, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands down, left foot stretches back, pause. Scissor your thighs. So pretend like that beach ball is in between. Root down, rise up, crescent pose, Alanasana. Push your feet down as you stretch your fingertips towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Find a micro bend in the left knee. Steer the right hip back, left hip forward. Continue that breath. Stretch your hands back, interlace them, and then again, straighten your arms. Contain the core. Breathe. Beautiful. Disconnect the hands. Place the hands down. Step your right foot back. Plank pose. Knees lower. Uncurl the toes. Come into your core. Shift your chest forward. Bend your elbows. We're lowering for 3, 2, 1. Hands press. Inhale, chest lift. Root down the tops of the feet and the pubic bone. Breathe. Keep your neck nice and long. Exhale, lower your forehead down. Curl the toes under, push your knees down, contain the core, straighten your arms to all fours, and then shift your hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Round your spine, knee to nose, step the foot next to your left thumb. Scissor your thighs. Contain your core, reach your arms up, all in asana. And a slight bend in your right knee. Breathe. Reach the hands back, change the interlace, and again, stretch your arms back, open the chest. Use your breath. Disconnect the hands, place them onto the mat, pause, step forward, fingertips to calves, crown of the head reaches, fold back, inhale, rise with the flat back, fingertips reach, and exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. Keep the core working. Draw the flesh of the buttocks down to the heel. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, flat back all the way to Uttanasana. Inhale, chest rises. Exhale, fold back, plant your hands down, step your right foot back, pause. And then left foot, plank. Push up and out of your palms so that you are not scrouching here. You'll really push up and out. Knees come down, uncurl the toes, lengthen your spine, reach your chest forward, pause. Shift forward, bend your elbows down for 3, 2, 1. Straighten your arms to the sides of your body. Push the tops of the feet down and be sure that your feet are a little closer together. Take a smooth breath here. Press the tops of the feet down, engage the thighs. Inhale, lift your chest off the mat, reach your arms back. Interlace your hands behind you, knuckles back, lift, hover your feet, Shalabhasana. Breathe. Pubic bone pushes down. Neck is long with the spine. One more inhale. Exhale, release down onto your mat. Let's get ready for Shalabhasana. Activate the thighs, the tops of the feet. Core, inhale. Lift your chest, lift your feet. Change the interlace. Reach your knuckles back. Keep your gaze at the tip of your nose. The crown of your head reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Relax, release. Bend your knees, heels to bum, and then windshield wipe your heels side to side. Come back to center, lower your feet down, Hands press, curl the toes under, push the knees, all fours, shift your hips back, downward facing dog. Smooth inhale, right leg lifts. Open up the hip, bend the knee, and circle the knee, the ankle, one direction. Press into both hands, three-legged dog. And then go the opposite way with your circle. Square the hips, stretch your right leg back. Come into your core, round your spine, knee to nose, press the knee in. Step the foot next to your right thumb. Pause. So let's create our stability. Push the right foot down. The ball mound of the left foot presses down. Engage your thighs, activate your core, reach your arms up. But before you come up, make sure your knee is above your ankle. So you could even step the back foot forward just a little bit. Okay, reach your arms up, crescent pose, all in asana. Full breath in, full breath out. Left arm reaches forward, right arm back. Nice little twist here. And then come back to center, crescent pose, drop the back heel down, warrior one. You can widen out your stance by taking the right foot out just a little bit. Breathing fully, pressing into your left foot to keep the left thigh engaged. Left leg is straight. Take the arms back, interlace them behind you, stretch the knuckles back again, and then exhale, come into your core, reach your torso down towards the mat. All right, so remember that scissoring of the thighs. We need to do that a lot now. Micro bend the elbows just a little. Keep pressing down through the feet. Inhale, disconnect the hands, press the hands onto the mat, heel toe your foot if you need to, towards the middle of the mat, pause. Exhale, step the right foot back, plank, pause. Knees come down, shift forward, core engage. Exhale, bend your elbows, modified chaturanga. Slide the forearms, the palms forward, come into Sphinx pose. Forearms down, palms down. Lift your chest. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Keep the gaze at the tip of your nose. So we're rooting our palms down, forearms down, as we lift the chest forward and up. Pressing down through the feet, keeping the thighs engaged and directing the bum to the heels. Just so we are protecting the low back. 3 cycles of breath here. Exhale, forehead to mat. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, push the knees down. Core is active, straighten the arms, all fours. Exhale, push back down dog. All right, so we're gonna do the other side now here. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bend your knee, open up the hip and circle the knee, the ankle, one direction. And circle it the opposite direction. Now keep pressing into both hands evenly as much as you can. Straighten out the legs, square the hips. All right, come into your core, around the spine, knee to nose. Step the foot next to your left thumb. Pause. Ground your feet down, scissor your thighs, activate the core, reach your arms up. Take a micro bend in the right knee. Full breath in. Full breath out. Right arm forward, left arm reaches back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower the back heel down, come into warrior two, and maybe heel toe the left foot out. Warrior one. I don't know if I said warrior two or warrior one, but this is warrior one. Keep the core active. Don't let the frontal hip bones poke out. All right, ready? Reach your arms back, interlace the fingers, change the interlace, stretch the knuckles back, come into your core, exhale, fold in for humble warrior. Keep the thighs active, keep the core alive, breathe. Inhale, exhale, hands down on the mat. Step the left foot back. Shift back down, dog. Child's pose, knees down, big toes touch, forehead rest. Walk the hands forward, press the hands down, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Fingertips slide up to your calves, crown of the head forward. Pause, breathe, core is engaged. Shift your weight forward, activate the legs. Exhale, refold, root to rise, come all the way up to standing. Palm center. Tadasana. Reach up. Exhale, sink the hips back, chair pose. This time, the weight is in our heels, so you can lift your toes and really anchor into your heels here. Breathe. Bring your hands to heart center. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist to your right. Breathe. Come back to center. Twist over to your left. And then back to center. Reach forward, forward fold. Fingertips slide up to calves. Stretch the back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down. Step your feet back to plank pose. Pause and plank. Breathe. Coming into Vashisthasana, modified or not. I'll show you modified first. Knee is down in line with your left hand. You can angle out the left foot and plant the right foot down. Right arm reaches up. Classic is stacking both legs Lift the left side body away from the mat. Use your core. And then exhale, come back to plank. Knees down or knees up. Roll onto the outside of the right foot or place your right knee down and come into modified. Reach your left arm up. Idea here is to move the right side body away from the mat. Another option for a modified version is bending the top knee and placing the foot down on the mat. Left hand back onto the mat, step back plank, shift back down dog. Push the hands down as the spine grows long and the hips go back. Breathe. Walk your hands back to your feet, forward fold here. Let your head hang. Release the neck. Knock your head side to side. And come back to downward facing dog. Walk your hands forward. Take your right leg up. Come into pigeon pose, knee to chest. Slide the foot forward, ankle down, shin down, knee down, and then stretch the left leg back some. You can come onto your forearms. You can lower your forehead down. Balance the hips out still, so we don't want too much weight into only the right side. Slowly come up, come onto your forearms, your palms. Curl the left toes underneath you, lift your knees, shift your hips back, straighten your right leg back. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, knee into chest, slide the foot forward, ankle down, shin down, knee down, slide the right leg back. Come onto your forearms or onto your forehead. Smooth breaths here. One more cycle of breath. Come up to your palms, press back down dog. Walk your feet to your hands and lower your hips down to sit on your mat. Okay. All right, so bend your right knee. I'm mirroring, so you choose. Okay, bend your right knee and then stack your left leg on top. Try to flex both of your feet. If this is too much for you, all you need to do is cross your legs. Yeah. So we're gonna be here for a second. Well, not a second. Close your eyes and now root the sitting bones down. So watch to see that sometimes your torso goes forward. We wanna stack the shoulders above the hips. So now it's good if you have like a blanket with you. You can stack your blanket underneath that knee that's lifting. So full breath. Arms reach forward. Right arm underneath left. Bend your elbows and see if you could turn the palms towards each other. Garudasana arms. Now, if it's difficult, you can always place your palms on your shoulders. Just make sure your elbows are connected and they're reaching up towards your shoulders. If you have it in classic Garudasana, you want to slide the forearms away from your face and keep the elbows to the height of your shoulders. One more cycle of breath. Okay, one more. And disconnect the arms. Place your hands back. Let's change the crossings of the legs. Left underneath right. Find your shoulders above your hips. Activate the core because we still want to keep the posture, the length of our spine. Let's close our eyes and breathe. Arms reach forward. Left arm underneath right. We're going to do Garudasana other side. So either palms pressed together or palms to shoulders. Lift the elbows to shoulder height, forearms away from your face. Smooth breath in. Smooth breath out. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Hands behind you. Release the legs. Stretch your legs forward. Now, if you have a hard time keeping a long spine, you can place a blanket underneath your bum, and it helps to get the length in your spine. Flex your feet. Core engage. Stretch your arms up. Exhale. Also, if you have another blanket, you can place it on your belly just to keep your spine long. Reach forward. Pause. Root your hips down. And then slowly lower your hands on the outside of the legs. Slide your hands back so you're not here already, right? So we want to soften the shoulders away from the neck and stay here if this is where we're at. Focus on pushing your hips down and stretching the crown of your head forward, opening the shoulders. And now we can round the body. We can just kind of release into it and fold. I recommend bending the knees, but that's just me. All right, let's walk our hands back, lengthen out through the spine, and place your hands beside your hips. Stretch the crown of the head up. Open the chest as the shoulder blades press into the chest. Collarbones stretch as shoulder blades press in and up. Release the pose, bend your knees. Take the soles of your feet together. Spread your knees out. Place the thumbs at the base of your big toe and open up the feet. So we want the soles of the feet open. Take the spine nice and long. Keep pressing down through the hips. And then exhale, hinge forward, bend your elbow. See if maybe your torso can lower with each exhale. Inhale, straighten your spine up. Close your legs, close your book. Straighten your legs and come onto your backs. Take your knees into your chest, lift the soles of the feet up and come into happy baby. Grab the outside edges of the feet, press them down. Or you can place your hands underneath your thighs and press your knees down. Both work. Press your pelvis down, keep your spine long, and maybe you want to sway side to side. And bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees, lift your head, squeeze into a tiny little ball. And then exhale, lower your legs and your arms down for your final resting pose. Relax your jaw. Roll the shoulders back. Open the chest up a little bit more. Hips are heavy. Inner thighs release. Feet splay out. Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Slide your knees to your chest, roll onto your right side, fetal position. Press the left hand down as you move into seated. Hands to heart center in gratitude. And a slight bow to your head. Thumbs pressing into our chest reminds us that we all come from pure love. Thumbs rise up to meet our lips to remind us to speak words of love. And the knuckles of the thumbs press in between our eyebrows to remind us that we're all connected through this same pure love. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me, and thank yourselves for showing up to your mat. Namaste. Thank you. You're welcome.